Hey, what's going on, guys? This is a counter Bruce Cumings video, another counter Bruce Cumings video. And I'm going to counter Bruce Cumings' perception of Kim Il-sung. Okay, he talks about how Kim Il-sung was not a puppet of the Soviet Union, that he was his own person, he was not doing whatever the Soviets wanted him to do. I firmly believe Bruce Cumings is wrong on that. Okay, first of all, when the Soviets and the Soviet military was in North Korea in 1945, and then between 1945 and 1950, when North Korea became a country in 1945, the peninsula was divided, the Soviet military was there. And the Soviets raped a lot of Korean women, they pillaged a lot of Korean villages, and all this was going on, and Kim Il-sung still praised the Soviet military. Rapes of Korean women were extremely high during that time. But Kim Il-sung still praised the Soviets. One Korean was so fed up with Kim Il-sung doing that, he threw a grenade at Kim Il-sung, but it blew the arm of a Soviet soldier off because the Soviet soldier was standing between the Korean that tried to assassinate Kim Il-sung and Kim Il-sung himself. And there was also documents and quotes from a Soviet lieutenant colonel who was in North Korea at the time, and he wrote in his diaries that a lot of his soldiers raped a lot of women at will, they pillaged and burned a lot of North Korean villages, and you don't hear Bruce Cumings talk about that very much. Also, Kim Il-sung was trained at the Karbask Infantry Officers School. He was 33 years old when he became dictator of North Korea, and when he became dictator of North Korea, he had only spent 9 years in Korea. His Korean language skills were very low, his Russian language skills were very high, and his Chinese language skills were very high. He trained at the Karbask Infantry Officers School. He rose to the rank of captain. His son Kim Jong-il was born in the Soviet Union. And Bruce Cumings does note that Kim Jong-il was born in the Soviet Union, but he doesn't note the extensive training that Kim Il-sung had from the Soviet Army. Also, when North Korea invaded South Korea in 1950, Kim Il-sung had to petition Joseph Stalin to invade South Korea. So that's the Soviet puppet right there. Kim Il-sung was not the first member of the Korean Communist League. It was a guy by the name of Lee Tong-hui. The Soviets didn't want him because Lee Tong-hui believed in communism in the economic sense, but in the political sense and the freedom sense, he was a Christian. Soviets didn't want him. Another one was a deacon and elder in the Presbyterian Church, a guy by the name of Cho Man-shik, and Soviets didn't want him. They were determined to have Kim Il-sung. One of the reasons was because Kim Il-sung replaced God with himself in the minds of North Koreans. I firmly believe there's only one God, and his son Jesus Christ. I'm a Christian. But Kim Il-sung renounced his Christian faith and set up a personality cult in North Korea. And Kim Il-sung was horrible in a sense that he persecuted Christians. When he became leader of North Korea, he killed a lot of Christians. What he would do sometimes is he would tie rocks to the ankles and to the waist of Christians and throw them into the ocean, into the sea. And sometimes the Soviet Air Force assisted him in air raids against Christians. That happened too. And it wasn't just Christians that he persecuted. He persecuted anybody who did not agree with him. And the North Korean government still does that to this day. And he also has the 3-generation punishment. And that stuff has gone on longer than Stalin ever did it. Former leader of the Soviet Union, Joseph Stalin. And the 3-generation punishment is if your grandfather or grandmother commits a crime, the son has to pay for it and the grandson has to pay for it. The daughter has to pay for it, the granddaughter has to pay for the crime. Really sad, sick situation. He was a puppet of the Soviets. He trained at the Karbask Infantry Officers School, spoke better Russian than he did Korean when he became dictator of North Korea. That happened. And I think Bruce Cumings does a disservice when he says Kim Il-sung was not the puppet of the Soviet Union because, quite frankly, I firmly believe he was. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Take care. God bless, and bye-bye. Bye-bye.